This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Juliette has the day off. We begin with a California experiment meant to get people with mental illness off the streets and into treatment. Tonight, more local counties are getting ready to join in. You may have heard of Care Court. It's a plan by Governor Newsom, which he says was inspired by the horrendous conditions he witnessed on San Francisco's streets. He even touted the program on CBS's 60 Minutes last year.
Foundationally, what Care Court is about accountability at all levels.
Worth the billions of dollars that you're going to end up spending on
We're
this?
spending more on the back end. We could save taxpayers billions of dollars and save lives.
Care Court was rolled out in only a handful of California counties last year. Here in the Bay Area, San Francisco was one of the original counties. Then San Mateo County joined in July. Starting next week, though, the program is expanding statewide, and local courts are preparing for that. Our Max Darrow takes us inside Alameda County's Care Court, which is on the verge of a big launch after months of research and preparation.
For a little over a year, Judge Sandy Bean has prepared for an assignment that will be a first for her and for Alameda County.
I'm hoping for a flurry of activity because we want to have people here.
Bean will be the presiding judge over Alameda County's Care Act Court. Care Court is a civil court process aimed at providing a personalized care plan for people with specified severe mental illnesses, such as schizophrenia or other similar psychotic disorders, that prioritizes treatment, housing, and a path towards recovery. It's a collaborative effort between the Superior Court and the Behavioral Health Department. This is a voluntary step for people with the aim of getting help before they get involved with the criminal legal system, are committed to a state hospital, or end up in conservatorship. A person can petition for Care Court themselves. The process also allows for family members, first responders, and certain health professionals to file a petition.
What I'm looking forward to is really working with a segment of the population that's often avoided and often forgotten.
Over the last year, Bean and others involved have traveled to several counties in the state that have already launched Care Court to get a roadmap of how to get it running successfully. She's met with judges, attorneys, and other players involved, observed proceedings, and has asked a lot of questions.
What I came away with from all of the counties was that you have to work together, that it has to be a collaborative court, that you have to really know who you're working with, trust the people that you're working with, and really pull together.
We've taken a lot of what they've learned, which includes, how to develop some of our assessments, what our templates should look like, really how to partner with the court and the public defenders early on.
Juan Taizan is on the behavioral health side of the equation. He says they have focused on building a robust outreach and engagement team.
I do believe we will maximize the services that we've set aside for Care Court. I do think the need is there.
While that may be the case, turnout in other counties that first implemented Care Court, like San Francisco, has been considerably low. However, Taizan is optimistic and says people in Alameda County have been asking about Care Court for a while.
More from family members who are eager to get their loved ones into Care Court, into treatment that they think they really need and deserve.
I think Alameda County has a fairly large number of people who could benefit from this, and so I think it is needed. I think it's not the solution for everything. I think there's certainly more that's needed.
In the home stretch of the rollout, the Superior Court has held collaborative training sessions working with behavioral health personnel. They've been open to the public with the hope of spreading the word about Care Court.
We've gotten very good turnout, so that's been good.
A new assignment for Judge Bean and a new avenue for care in Alameda County for vulnerable people with a great need.
What I'm looking forward to is being able to, in any small way, help their lives.
Alameda County will officially start taking e-filings for Care Court on November 28th and in-person filings on December 2nd.
As Max mentioned, participation in Care Court has gotten off to a kind of slow start in some parts of the state, particularly here in San Francisco. Of the 9 counties currently participating, we received data from these 7. San Francisco only had 47 petitions filed since the October 2023 launch. San Diego County was the strongest. They had 227 petitions. Governor Newsom's goal was to help 2,000 people statewide by the end of the year, but the first year into the program, we haven't even hit half of that number. But Governor Newsom is defending the lag. His office is issuing this statement saying, quote, the early successes of CareCourt show steady progress toward connecting more people with life-changing and life-saving care. While change is not always fast, this first-in-the-nation program is designed to disrupt the status quo, and we're seeing early promising results. The governor says he also signed a number of bills earlier this year meant to streamline the CareCourt petition process. A Bay Area fugitive wanted for planting 3 bombs in the East Bay has been arrested in the UK after more than 2 decades on the run. Authorities say Daniel Andreas San Diego planted 2 bombs at the Chiron campus in Emeryville in August 2003. One of them was found before it was able to go off. A month later, he allegedly planted a bomb at a company in Pleasanton. No one was hurt, but we spoke with a former FBI agent who told us why San Diego's crimes were so disturbing.
And the fact that he was charged under domestic terrorism statute, that's not going to go away. And the property damage that was done, and just by chance, it could have really killed a lot of people.
San Diego had been on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. He was arrested in Wales. The FBI says he had domestic ties to animal rights extremists. Developing in the Middle East, a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah officially started about an hour ago, but not before an intense wave of attacks by Israel in Lebanon. A Bay Area woman whose family is stuck there says her family heard the attacks in Lebanon, and they are hoping that with the ceasefire in place, they may finally be able to get out.
People can be safe and be with their families in Lebanon, and my family can eventually get out safely.
Under the deal, Israel has 60 days to withdraw. With the Lebanese army taking control, Hezbollah is barred from rebuilding. Lebanon reports over 3,500 people have been killed and more than 1 million displaced in the conflict that started a year ago. On Israel's side, 90 soldiers and dozens of civilians have died in the north. U.S. officials hope this agreement will ease tensions and will help bring an end to the violence, including in Gaza. All right, now to our weather. The Bay Area is finally drying out tonight after a record-setting storm. So what does all that rain mean for our reservoirs this early in the season? Our Wilson Walker breaks that down.
Well, I just wanted to get some footage along here with all the amazing colors and the water. Yeah, I always find it amusing that the old timers on the mountain were not so creative with their waterfall names. We have Cataract and Cascade, which both mean waterfall.
Those waterfalls are still gushing as the tail end of the storm system finally makes its way through the Tamalpais watershed. Hillary came out to enjoy the beauty of it all without the deluge.
Yeah, so this is just, everything from the previous storm that's left coming down. And so it's not crazy, but it's much more manageable for walking.
And all of that water is making its way into a Marin water system that is now at 88% capacity. And for late November, that puts reservoirs at 136% of normal for this time of year. That's the fullest the system has been at this point in the water season since Kent Dam was raised in 1983. And it's not just Marin. We also heard good news from Sonoma Water last week.
You look at well above what the average for this time of year is. So going into a water year with that amount of rainfall in our reservoirs already captured, it's a wonderful way to start.
And we can now see what the start looks like for the entirety of the state. This is the water season chart that compares different years. That blue line is the jump we just received from last week's rain. It not only kick-started the season for us in a big way, it puts the year on a similar starting trajectory that we saw back in 2016, 2017. That was the drought-busting water year that is now the wettest on record in Northern California.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see 2016, 2017 just yet. That was 1 in a 100 year kind of a wet water year.
Jay Lund is with the UC Davis Center for Watershed Sciences. He points to the state's major reservoirs, which are now climbing above their historical averages with sharp jumps, compliments from the last week's storm.
Yeah, payoff and worries about more about floods, right? So because we have a long way to go in this wet season, and we could have floods.
So the storm system was enough to push the state's water system towards fuller than normal, with a very long way to go.
Well, yeah, but we have a lot more bouncing that can happen in the next 3 months.
As we keep saying, average is hardly normal in California as we keep swinging from one extreme to the other, and there's really no way to know if the extreme rainfall that we just saw is going to be the exception or the rule this year. As we have all just experienced, we really have no idea what is coming right around the next corner.
This afternoon, Santa Clara County's Maine Water Agency voted to approve a new ban on camping near most rivers, creeks, and waterways. Valley Water says the encampments are harming water quality and the environment. They also say that workers have even been attacked nearby. The approval comes after more than an hour of public comment where community members raised concerns about criminalizing homelessness. The ban is set to take effect in 30 days.